Today, you're going to get a phenomenal training about how you can build a vision plan for your life. About the blueprint for creating your vision plan for your life. All right, so I want you to know biblically why it's important for you to have a vision plan. All right, because if you know anything about me, those are based on a biblical foundation. All right, which goes along with this spiritual development, okay? And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that read it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, that's the key part, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And that's Habakkuk 2:2-3. Okay, so it's kind of, double talk here, right? Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. Okay, so what it means is sometimes when you're you write a vision, okay, and you're working on that vision, sometimes it seems to be held up. But if you wait for it, if you work towards it, if you focus on it, and if you do what's necessary for it to come to pass, do the work, all right, it will come to pass. It will not continue to tarry. So that's what that literally means. All right, so that's one of the reasons why it's so important for you to have a vision plan. All right, so that as you're working towards that thing, and sometimes it gets hard and it seems like the vision isn't very clear as far as when you're doing the work, right? Maybe your vision gets a little blurry. If you have a written vision plan, all right, it makes it so much easier to work through this part here, though it tarry, and get to this part where it's actually manifested, where it's no longer held up, okay, in the process. All right, so that's what we're going to deal with today, getting ready to create and just get clarity on your personal vision plan. Right, so our objective today, right, is for you to develop clarity on the direction that you're going or traveling in your life. All right. Also, I want to aid you. In gearing your actions towards the direction you want to go. All right. So you not only want to know where you're going, but you want to put action towards that, right, the path that you want to be on. All right, and to provide you with a guide for measuring your progression towards your goals, okay? So, if you really think about it, you got to have a plan, right, where you want to go. You got to put some action into it in order to head in that direction. And then you need to measure, okay, am I headed in the right direction, okay? So that is the objective here, all right? Also, we're going to cover why you need a vision plan for your life. Why is that so super important? In the primary vision areas that you need to focus on. Okay, also how to write a vision plan for each vision area. Okay, and how to map out action strategies to implement your vision plan. All right, so that is sometimes the hardest part, right? You can have all these desires and dreams in your head, but when you really map it out and you see how big the vision is, and then you start thinking about the strategies, it can become overwhelming. So I'm going to help you with that, okay? All right, so let's get started. You need a plan. Why? So that you can live your life on purpose. Live your life on purpose. You also want to avoid unnecessary frustrations, and you want to give your actions deliberate focus and direction. Okay, so if you watch some of the most successful people in the world, I mean, you look at Oprah and different things like that, she's always talking about, being clear on your vision, being clear on your plan. All right, because if you don't have a plan, if you're not clear on that, then you become frustrated. You become frustrated about your life. You become frustrated about other things that, you're doing, because you feel in your heart and your mind that you should be doing something else. But because you haven't written it out and you haven't mapped it out, your life's just happening, right? You're not living your life on purpose, right? Your life's just happening. Whatever it will be, right? Sarah. That's day to day. And that's frustrating for anybody, right? Everybody needs some idea as to where they're going when they wake up in the morning, right? All right, so that's it. All right, so Helen Keller said it's a terrible thing to see and have no vision. All right, so you can see with your eyes, but you don't have a vision as to where you're going. All right, so that is pretty horrible. All right, so you need a vision plan. All right, to help you manage your life better. If you have a vision plan, you can manage your life better. You can manage your time better. All right, so you know what you can and cannot do each day. You know what you're focused on, what your goals are, and where you're going. All right, to keep your life from spiraling out of control. You guys, if you don't have a plan, all right, for your life, then what's going to happen is it's just going to spiral completely out of control, right? So there's another video that I have done, okay, and I'll show you a little bit later, and it's on clarity, and it's for your business. But I decided, you know what, let's take this a step backwards, right? We need to have a vision for your life, right? Have a vision for and have clarity on all of that, so that when you start working on the clarity for your business, everything is so much clearer. And when your vision is clear, your direction is clear, your path is clear. Have you ever tried to walk through a pathway in the woods and it's like all, you know, there's tree branches in the way, all kinds of things, and you can't see, you cutting your legs up, you're going the wrong direction. But if you just walk down a path that's well lit, okay, and the leaves are cut away and the trees and the branches are trimmed and everything is clear, all right, you can get to your destination a lot faster. So try to imagine that, all right, and when you imagine that, imagine your life being that way. Without a plan, there's tree branches and all kinds of things blocking your path, and you're getting stuck for days at a time in one spot, all right, for no reason, right? If you just write it out and you know where you're headed, okay, your path will be clear, all right, everything will be clear, and then you can head in the right direction with clarity, okay? So yeah, so you need a vision plan to help you remain in divine alignment with your life's purpose, okay? It's very important to be in alignment with your life's purpose, because guess what? Again, I always tell you, life is that short, right? It's very quick. All right, so you don't have time to be wasting, right? Doing all kinds of things that has nothing to do with your purpose, right? People and things and situations will always try to pull you into different directions, all right, different directions in your life, and take you completely out of alignment with the purpose of your life if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. All right, so to keep you focused on what you want out of life, all right? So again, I highly recommend that you pray, all right, and that you get some clarity as to, you know, a purpose for your life, all right? And as you begin to get that purpose and that clarity, all right, you want to go ahead and focus on that. Focus on what you want. What you want is what's inside of you, right? You want that to come out and to be visible in this world, to be manifested, to be tangible, okay? All right, so it keeps you focused when you face roadblocks and discouragements and opposition, okay, because you will face them, okay? Through this whole online entrepreneurship journey thing, I have been through so much, right? So many obstacles, so many roadblocks, so many things that I had no idea, like, how I was going to get out of it. And I've gotten distracted, too, several times, right, where I'm headed towards the goal, okay, and then I'm like way over here, out of the way, okay? So when you have it written down, and because I had a plan written down, now I had to go back and revise that plan because I was asking you guys to do that. So therefore I had to go back and do it myself and make sure that it was clear, with clarity, every section written out with purpose, okay? So when I did that, I mean, it took me a couple of days, right? Because I was really thinking about what I wanted, because I really believe that as I believe that and work towards that and put action towards that, I will land exactly where I want to be in my life. All right, so along the way, there's a lot of things to be thankful for. There are a lot of things to enjoy. There are a lot of things that you could do, but you know, if you don't have a plan, it's so easy to get discouraged, right? It's so easy to get off the path, to get caught up in all kinds of things that has nothing to do with your purpose in life, nothing to do with your business goals, nothing to do with anything, all right, that you set out to do, okay? All right, so you need a vision plan to aid you with your personal, educational, relational, spiritual, and financial strategies. Guys, life is tough, right? It's tough. Because there's so many areas that you have to tend to, okay? If you're a mother or a father, a friend, a brother, a sister, you know, all these different things, and you also are probably an employee or entrepreneur, okay? You also have all kinds of things that you have to take care of, your day-to-day expenses, your life, and so if you don't have it planned out and written out, okay, it can get really, really tough. And then you can, you know, wonder, okay, where am I going? What's happening? You know, okay, so you guys, I'm so glad that I went back and revised my plan. All right, I'm so happy that I did that, because now everything's so clear. I don't have time for foolishness. I just don't. I might joke around on my Keeping It Real videos, and things like that. But in reality, it's like, I know what my goals are. I know when I wake up every morning what I'm going to be doing and what I need to do to reach my goals. Okay. The only person that can interrupt those goals, or if there's some issue that I have to deal with, something that's completely out of my control, or even if the Lord leads me in a different direction, okay, that's all okay. But in the interim, I know how to occupy. All right. I believe that as long as the earth remains, right, there's seed time and there's harvest. Okay. So you got to work, right? There's something you got to do. All right. And who wants to keep working and not knowing what they're working for? Again, let's go back to that path, right? That's got trees and leaves and all this different stuff. Now imagine that same path, right? But you're walking and you have no clue where you're supposed to be going. All right. So not only do you have a lot of things in your path, in your way, blocking you from where you want to go. All right. You don't even know where you want to go. Right. So that would be crazy, right? Just take off walking, right? Just walking. Where are you going? I don't know. Just walking. Why live your life that way? If it's crazy to walk down a dark path full of trees, limbs, and all kinds of stuff with no designation, wouldn't it be crazy to live your life that way? All right, so think about it. It's very, very vital and important, all right, that you have a vision plan for your life, okay, because you need to know each area, what you're going to be doing each day. I mean, it's so important. Like, I couldn't imagine waking up in the morning and having no clue what's going to happen, right? Okay, I don't know, right? Whatever happens, happens. Anybody can call you and lead you anywhere. Anything could just come up and you just go with it. Sarah. Oh my goodness, that would drive me crazy, right? All right, so you got to know. You got to know where you're going, all right? That's very important. All right, so where there is no vision, people perish. Okay, so it's important that you know that. Where there's no vision, people perish, right? Because you don't know where you're going, right? And if you don't have a vision, then probably your children, they're not having a vision because they're following you, who you don't know where you're going. All right. You just accept whatever job comes up, whatever. You don't even know what you're good at, what your purpose is, all this kinds of stuff. You're just like, then on top of all that chaos, all right, you want to start a one-line business, right, with no clarity as to who you are, where you're headed, what your goals are, all right, and now you want to just put, pile a business on top of that, where you expect people to sign up under you or to join it, right, and there's no clarity even in your own life. All right, so that's how critical it is, and hey, it's important, right? It's important that you do that. All right, so what do you really want out of life? That's very important. You take that time, think about that. What do I really want out of life? A lot of times I think about what I want out of life, and then I measure it biblically. Like, okay, is this biblical? Okay, is it biblical to prosper? Yeah. Is it biblical to work? Yeah. Is it biblical to sow seeds? Yeah. Right? Is it biblical to be a good mom? Yes. Right? So all of these different things is very important that you think about what you want, and then you find what are your values, what you believe, and you measure what you want against that, and that'll let you know that, hey, it's okay, right? If it's reflecting in the mirror and it's reflecting something that's acceptable based on your values, based on your beliefs in your life, okay, as long as your beliefs aren't limiting beliefs, like all kinds of things we can have that could be limiting beliefs, okay? But if it's a safe belief, and you believe it to be true, all right, so you have values, right? If what you want measures great against your value system, then hey, run with it, okay? Write it out, know how you're gonna achieve that goal, or execute that plan and move forward, okay? So you got to think about, what do you really want? Get quiet, spend some time with yourself. I believe you should spend time with the Lord, because I believe that's my creator. Okay. So therefore you just take that time and discover what you want for your life. Okay. All right. So if you cannot see it, right, you cannot have it. It took me so long to realize that, right? A lot of times I would just wish and dream for something, but I could not see myself having it. All right, so that was an important aspect of writing my vision plan. I mean, even though I wrote it a long time ago, it was not to my, what I needed to have today. So that's why I went back and did it again, all right, and made sure that I was doing every single thing that I'm asking you guys to do. As you know, if you're a part of my membership website, you know that whatever I'm telling you guys to do is something that I've already done. All right, so therefore, I know that if you cannot see something, you cannot have it, okay? You got to first believe it, so that you can go, your mind can create some idea or some plan to get it, okay? So we're going to talk about vision area number 1, which is personal desires. All right, so what would you do even if you wasn't getting paid to do it? All right, so is there something in particular that you would be doing right now if you was not getting paid to do it? You are welcome to pause this video and write down a couple of things that you would do for free, that you love doing, whether it's helping people, whether it's dancing or singing or whatever. Write it.
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
All right, so hopefully you've taken the time to write down what you would do even if you wasn't getting paid to do it, right? Things that you enjoy doing, things that you really love, all right? That really doesn't matter if you get paid. You do them anyway, all right? Also, what would be your occupation or choice of earning money if money wasn't really an issue? Maybe you are someone that it came straight to you. You're like, oh, wow, I know, right off the bat. You know exactly what you will be doing, how much money you be earning, and where you be right now. All right. Also, you may be a person out there that's like, oh, God, right? My idea is crazy, right? Never would happen. Well, you know what? It's not going to hurt anything to write it down. So go ahead and write it down. What would be your occupation of choice if money wasn't an issue?
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
All right, so what would you like to do with the rest of your life? That's a big question, right? Planning and thinking about what you would like to do with the rest of your life, okay? So I know in 4 short years, if the Lord allows me to see it, I will be 40 years old. All right, so at 40 years old, I definitely want to be traveling and just doing things that I really love doing in life. I want to do some missions trips. I want to just go some different places and just enjoy my life. Maybe have less work hours than I do right now. Okay, so I have goals, right? So when you really think about it, you want to think about your life. It is very important that you think about what you want to do with the rest of your life. You think about it, you plan, right? You plan birthday parties. You plan all kinds of events. You plan your holidays and visit, when you want to go visit family and different things like that. So it's very important that you plan your life, right? That you take time to think about the things that you would like. You're just simply writing it down, right? You're writing down, what would I like to do with the rest of my life? All right. Do you want to go live on the beaches of the world? Do you want to spend the rest of your life doing missions and different things like that? So just write it down.
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
I want you to jot down, what are your likes, okay? What are your likes? What are some things that you really enjoy doing? And also, what are your dislikes, right? I could tell you right up front, a dislike for me is wasting time, right? I cannot stand to waste time. I like to get things done, and so time wasting drives me insane. All right, so maybe you're a kind of person, maybe you don't like being told what to do, or maybe there's some things that just irks you. Okay, so write them down, not just related to work, but just to your personal life and different things like that. All right, your likes and your dislikes.
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
All right, and feel free again to pause anytime to jot things down. You know, one of the things I learned about writing, you do need rough drafts, right? You need several drafts of what you want to say, several drafts of what you want to put out. Okay, so it's okay, and it's work, right? It's called, you know, planning and setting things out and writing. Okay, so once you sketch different things out, you need to label these little parts. Okay, what are my likes and dislikes? What are my strengths? Okay, what would I be doing if I if I didn't have to worry about money? All those different things. So when you write it down, you have little categories, and it's going to start helping you to start to think about a vision. What are you seeing? Where you see yourself? What you really want? Okay, so what are your strengths? And I'm particularly talking about just things that you're good at. All right, if you're good at giving presentations, if you're good at writing, if you're good at singing or dancing or whatever it is that you are good at, how can you inspire people? That's going to be a critical part of you developing even a business plan off of your gifts and talents and different things that you can actually exchange. You know, something that you can do very well that's value, that someone will give you money or resources for just to get your expertise or just to have access to that thing that you do so well. Okay, so make sure you do that. Write it down. Take the time to have a vision for your life. Okay. All right, so what are your weaknesses? What are some things that you know that you're not good at, that you know you should stay away from? All right, so I know for me, anything to do with accounting, filing, little things that are like small, detailed little things, no. Cake decorating, all right, so, you don't have to be that. You don't have to put such a big gap in between things that you're talking about, but it's just giving you an idea of some of the things that you know that you should stay away from, especially when it comes to relationships or when it comes to, jobs, or just things that you've experienced, right? So I knew when I was out in the workforce, filing, stuff like that, no. All right, so yeah. So think about those different things. Even as an entrepreneur, the things that you are not doing well, or that you feel that you're not good at. Okay, those are some things that you want to later outsource. Okay, outsource to other people that are good at those things. Okay, so write them down.
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the
No, it's how much money do you want, right? So many people are afraid of money. Like they look at it like, oh, money, am I being greedy or whatever? If you feel that way, then there's no sense of dreaming about owning your own online business or anything like that. Because if you are afraid to write down a figure or an amount of money, you'd be surprised how many people don't even know how to write $1 million, right? Google it, look it up, right? Know how to do that, because you're trying to go in a certain path. But if your beliefs and if your mindset aren't in alignment with what you're desiring, all right, so it's not going to happen, right? Because if you cannot see it, you cannot have it. So you got to first of all see it. And how are you going to see it today? You're going to see it by writing it down in your vision plan. But in the interim, what we're doing right now is we're just sketching out the little parts and the little pieces. Remember, I'm going to take you over and show you my personal vision plan. All right, you're going to have even more clarity on how to write your own. Okay, so it's very important that you do these little exercises. Okay, so how much money do you want to earn? Not just like, oh, I just want to earn this much. Okay, but monthly, weekly, okay, yearly. All right, just write it down. It's okay, just write it down. That's exactly where I started. Okay,
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
so for those out there who are afraid of writing down some big figure or whatever, all right, Zig Ziglar said money is not everything, but it ranks right up there with oxygen. I thought that was hilarious. All right, Hilarious, but true. All right, so to live the life you are dreaming of, how much money do you need to earn yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, even hourly? Now, that type of thing I'll show you a little bit later, but it's so important, right? It's so important so that you'll know, right? You'll know how close you are, or if you're on track to meeting your goals, right? So if you're not making the amount of money that you need to make each hour, then you're probably not going to make the amount of money that you need to make for that day, which is probably going to snowball into the next day, which is probably going to turn into a week, which by the end of the month, you're no closer to your goal. All right, so you want to make sure that you know that, all right? And I kind of briefly talked about it in the last slide, okay? All right, so what services or goods do you plan to exchange for the money you desire, okay? So it's extremely important that you know, okay, all right, this is what I want to earn weekly, daily, monthly, all these different things, okay? They don't have to be in order. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But you got to know, okay, what value am I going to exchange? You know, a lot of people are asking me, when is the membership website going to be ready? You know, I have people, I don't know how they got in, but they found their way into my website. So I have tons of people already signed up for membership, okay? And everybody's like, when is it going to be released? You know what? It's taking time. Why? Because my goals, the extensiveness of my goals are to not only just help myself, but my goals also affect the lives of others. All right, so it's very, very important that each aspect of that membership website is mapped out, right? So that I can receive what I'm actually asking for. Why? Because I'm exchanging enough value to receive what I'm asking for. All right. And that takes time and work and planning and all kinds of things. All right. So you got to think about that. What services or goods do you plan to exchange for the money that you desire? Okay. So you can't expect to earn 20, 30, 40, 50, even $100,000 a month. Now, I did say a month, not a year, a month, right? You can't expect, or whatever your goals are, maybe that's not your goal. Maybe your goal is just $5,000 a month, or whatever your goal is. Okay, whatever that is, you can't expect to earn that if you're just giving out a dollar value. You're just signing people up for some opportunity. All right, you're not following up with them. You're not learning everything about your business, so that, okay, maybe you're not the person who is you owning your own business, you're just an affiliate, but someone calls you up and they're like, hey, you know, I can't figure this out, you know, I signed up under you yesterday, what am I supposed to do? All right, now a dollar value would sit there on the phone with them for like 4 hours trying to explain it. All right. You know, if you're trying to earn at least $10,000 a month, you would have enough sense to say, hey, you know what? You need to go to training number 3. Okay. You need to go ahead and get that right now. Watch that. All right. So once you finish watching that, if you still have more questions, go ahead and give me a call, because I'm telling you, brother or sister, right? I watched that training and it completely transformed the way I was thinking about the same subject. All right. So, but if you haven't watched the trainings, you don't know what's going on within your opportunity, well, you're not going to be able to refer anybody to anything. So you spend 4 or 5 hours talking to one person at a time, right? Or, you know, if you were trying to expand your income, maybe you get a lot of questions about the same thing. You make a video, right? Make a video, post it somewhere where your team's, you know, housed or whatever, even if it's just a little network inside of Facebook or whatever. All right. And boom, you can tell everybody the same thing at one time. All right. So that's what happens when you have a plan, because you know, all right, when people come to me with this question, I'm going to lead them here, lead them there, or, you know, there's already a training created for them. All right, now if they don't want to spend the money to get the training, then that's their problem, right? But you have directed them in the right place, because you know your stuff and you understand the value of your time, and you know where to lead people and how to lead people effectively, right? Not spending 4 hours with one person. All right, so yeah, so that's the importance of, you know, understanding your value and knowing what you're willing to exchange. You're on the top of your game, right? So you're confident asking for what you're asking for. Why? Because you know that you have provided them with the value. All right.
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
All right, so health and wellness. Health and wellness, so important. All right, so what is your plan to stay healthy physically, mentally, and emotionally? Okay, guys, I know how hard it is as an entrepreneur to stay focused and to stay healthy. when it comes to those 3 areas. So we're going to talk about that, okay, and why that's important. All right, so your physical health. All right, so what is your exercise and diet plan? That's extremely important. Why? Because as an online entrepreneur, now, depending on what you may be doing right now, like I said, this video can help anyone, but my focus is what? Let's say it together: developing the entrepreneur mind and building stable businesses online. Okay, so that's primary focus, but it doesn't deter anybody from learning and mapping out a plan for whatever they endeavor to do. All right, so what is your exercise and diet plan? It's so important that you have one, because you can get so caught up into building your business and to doing all these different things that you forget to take care of yourself. Now, I must tell you that I found it extremely hard to be a weightlifter and to be launching a business at the same time. Like, it was just too overwhelming, too much. All right, I was physically drained and I was mentally drained, and it was just almost impossible. All right, but just having a plan to stay healthy, even if it's just working out 3 days a week, or just doing something to keep yourself healthy, do some yoga, go for a walk, all these little things that you can do, all right, just to keep and maintain your health. So what is your plan? All right, what are you going to do that's going to ensure that you don't get so caught up into your business, so caught up into helping others, so caught up into your goals that you forget to take care of you, and then you become a very unhealthy person who can't take care of anyone, okay? So that's a very important vision area, okay? So you want to write it in present tense, okay? Everything that you write, not necessarily right this second, but you want to, as you begin to think about your vision plan, your overall vision plan, you want to write it in present tense. Like, I work out 3 days a week. I drink 8 glasses of water a day. Those are some simple things that you can do, right? Or you can write out. All right, so that's just a little pointer to write it in present tense, but we'll go over that a little bit later. All right, so, but if you've already started writing and you wrote it, it doesn't really matter. Right now, you're just doing what we call a rough draft, okay? So it's fine. Just relax, have fun with it. Don't stress yourself. We'll get into the detailed thing in just a minute, okay? So write down how many days a week you're going to exercise. It's very important that you write it down, because if you don't, you probably aren't going to do it. Not even when you get off, because I get off sometimes, right? I get off of the whole exercise thing, and I'm like so focused on what I want to get done for the day or whatever, but I already have in the back of my mind, okay, I'm a little off, but I need to get this back on track. If it's like a Thursday or Friday, then I might say, okay, well, you know what? Monday morning, I'll get back on track, or a Saturday, I'll start, back or whatever. So, you might get off for a day or two, but just try to, remember, right? Look at your plan, and it'll help you stay in alignment. All right, so don't beat yourself up. Just get back on.
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
All right, so write down the time that's best for you to exercise. For me, it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. All right, when 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock starts rolling around, that's too late. All right, by 9 o'clock, I am working. I don't have time to be doing that in the middle of the day. So therefore, I have to get up early, right, if I want to get it done. All right, because I have a son who's in private school, and I have to leave at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock to go pick him up. So that little time, from the time I drop him off to the time I go pick him up, it goes so fast. Goes by so fast. So those little hours in between are critical, right? So if I want to work out, I have to get up super early and knock it out. All right, so what is the best time for you? Maybe it's in the evening. Maybe whatever it is, write it down. All right, feel free to pause anytime to get that done.
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
All right, so write down the kind of exercise you plan on doing. For me, I found it was so great to just put the incline on the treadmill and walk, okay? And then when I wasn't able to do that for a while, I was able to do some other things, just go walk or whatever, okay? So what is it that's going to work best for you? What kind of exercises do you plan on doing? Write that down. All right, so put together your exercise plan. All right, so, whether it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever it is. Write it down, put it together.
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
Together, be concise about it, okay? Okay, so how are you going to provide your body with nutrients, okay? And what kind of foods are allowed in your diet? Okay, honestly, in my diet, pretty much whatever I want to eat is allowed, right? In moderation. All right, so but one of the ways that I provide nutrients to my body, I used to juice, okay? I had a juicer and I had to get all these vegetables and put all this stuff in it. But now I have a NutriBullet, right? A NutriBullet, and I use that NutriBullet every single morning before I eat anything, okay? I put tons and tons of, not want to say tons and tons because it's not that big. I mean, the little cup is not that big. But I put a lot of greens, a lemon, ginger, all right, and frozen berries, okay? So it depends. Sometimes I'll use mixed greens. Sometimes I'll use spinach or whatever it is. But it's so easy and it's so quick. Takes only a couple of seconds and the cleanup is so quick, and I love that so much better. It's so much easier than juicing. All right, but yeah, so I do that every single morning, and that's one way that I get nutrients to my body, is that I make sure I drink one of those drinks and that, I have taken care of that, okay? And then when I eat my first meal, I go ahead and take my vitamins for the day. All right, what is your plan to make sure that your body's going to get the nutrients necessary for you to go forward with the plan that you want to go forward with? All right, try driving your car with no gas in it, no antifreeze in it, or no oil in it, okay? So think about that. That's your body. It needs nutrients in order to produce productive ideas, in order for you to be on top of your game, in order for you to have the energy to get through a video like this, right? All right, so you got to have energy. In order for you to get that energy, what are you going to do to get it, okay? Some people go and get B12 shots. Some people do all kinds of things. So it's up to you, but you got to give your body nutrients. How are you going to do it?
I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner.
All right, so your mental and emotional health. Lord knows, as an entrepreneur, it can get worn down. It can get worn down because there are not many people out there like you who are doing what you are doing. And a lot of people think you're crazy, right? They're like, why won't this person or he or she, why won't they just join us, right? The grass is green over here, right? But anyway, don't get me to talking about that. But the point that I'm making is that it can be difficult, right? Because a lot of times when people are at work, they're engaging with other people. Most of the time when you're working from home, you're probably working with virtual assistants and different things from your computer, or you're pretty much dealing with virtual world most of the day. All right, so it's hard sometimes. Sometimes it's hard. You look at people and you want to talk to them about what's really going on, and you get excited about something, and they're looking at you like you're crazy, right? Because they're like, what is she talking about? Like, that has nothing to do with regular life for most people. All right, so if you want to keep your mental and emotional health in check, Did I say tech? In check, right? All right. I want to give you some tips, okay? I want you to just completely avoid discussing your business ideas with people who aren't entrepreneurs or hired staff. And when I say that, I'm not talking about people who are in your inner circle who try to understand you, but I'm saying, like, if someone asks you, okay, what do you do? Okay. And then you just go into all these deep details about all this internet stuff that most people don't understand. Most people are not going to know what you're talking about when you're talking about HTML, JavaScript. You're talking about keyword searching and driving traffic and, all this kinds of stuff, So a lot of times, building campaigns and all that, they're like, I had to send a letter out to my email list, through my autoresponder. Like, what? All right. So it's not that they don't want to try to understand. It's just that it's just not the normal day-to-day life. All right. So to keep yourself from, maybe putting too much information out there, about your business goals and stuff like that to someone who may hurt your feelings, not because they're trying to, they just might not understand really what it is that you do. They might not understand why you're not rich yet or whatever. So the point is, the best thing for you to do is just to stick to your plan. Okay, write your vision plan down, stick to your plan, all right, and just try not to go into deep detail. When someone asks you, okay, how's everything going with your business, or if somebody asks you what do you do? Oh, I'm an online entrepreneur. Oh, what's that about? Give them your website. All right, go to my website, check it out. That's what I do, because if I'm out to dinner with my family, or if I'm off somewhere, I don't want anyone coming to ask me about internet marketing. I don't want to talk about that. All right. So just do that. So, I'm an online entrepreneur, or I'm an internet marketer. Oh, wow. What's that all about? Oh, well, go over there, give them a card or something. Go check me out. Boom. All right. So that's it. So that's one way to maintain your mental and emotional health, because you don't set yourself up for someone else's opinion of what you're doing. Right? Don't give people who don't really understand what you're doing an open door to comment, or to how can I say this? Okay, don't give them an open door to just pretty much derail what you are trying to build. Okay? So you don't need to have yourself edified by other people, right? You know what your plan is. That's why we're here. So that's what you need to stick to, and just make your answers really simple. Now, your inner circle people, if they really want to know, most people don't want to listen to all that. You can tell them, okay, things are going well. Why? They are going well. Why? Because you're on target, you're on your plan, you're working your plan. All right, so one of the ways you can maintain your mental and emotional health is by joining mastermind groups of like-minded individuals, okay? A lot of times you go to Google, all right, there are Google Hangouts going on 24 hours a day. LinkedIn is filled with tons of entrepreneurs, people who have groups inside of LinkedIn, all right, where you can just kind of mastermind, geek, learn from each other, all right? You can inbox people on their blogs, okay? Are you doing any live trainings and different things like that? You can actually go to live webinars, free webinars going on all the time on the internet, all right? And that's a great time. There's always like a chat box, okay? And so usually after the whole thing is over, there's people still chatting. There's an opportunity to meet people, to plug people into your social media network, because I have more people on my fan page, more people following me than I do actually friends on Facebook or different areas of social media. So it doesn't matter. You have to connect outside of, those who you know on a day-to-day basis, not necessarily because they don't love you, they don't care about you, but it's just simply because your goals are just maybe different, and it may not be easily understood, okay, by people who aren't interested in that type of stuff. All right, so it's very important that you get with like-minded people, or you're going to start to feel so weird, you're going to start to feel so emotionally drained and so alone, all right, that you may find yourself backing away from your plans, backing away from your vision, backing away from your goals, okay? We don't want that. All right, so another thing, all right, is get some sleep at night, okay? Yes, I have a lot of, wealthy mindset audios and different things out there that pump, right? Work hard, right? Don't waste time, all this stuff. But here's something that I want to give you. I don't care what anybody else tells you. Get everything that you want out of the training, but leave that part on the table that tells you don't go to bed. Because if you don't go to bed, if you don't rest your body, I'm not saying that if you haven't worked all day that you should be sleeping all day. Now, don't get me wrong. If you haven't worked all day, you need to put some time in, all right, if you want to reach your goal. But if you've done what you were supposed to do, if you're a full-time, and okay, let's say you're still at a place where you're working a regular work day. Okay, work a regular work day. All right. If you are part-time, make sure you put in your 4 hours, whatever the case is. Okay. Right now, because of my goals, I'm still full-time. So I don't play about being logged in at 9 o'clock. I do not play about it, right? If it's the morning, I have to go to the grocery store. I have all kinds of things to do. I don't care if I have to get up at 3 o'clock. I'm going to hit the grocery store. I'm going to put everything away. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to marinate whatever I'm going to cook for the night. If I got to do laundry, that's going to be washing while I'm doing something else. Get my son to school, take a shower, brush my teeth. I'm logged in at 9 o'clock. All right, so it's very serious, right? Because if you do that, if you log in when you're supposed to, and you do what you're supposed to do, you should feel okay with shutting it down at a reasonable hour so that you get some rest. Why? So that your body can recover, recuperate, restore, all right, and you can get up, right, again and do it the next day. But if you continue to try to run around the clock 24 hours a day, you're going to get burnt out, and then your emotional health and everything else is going to go down the drain. Okay, personal, okay, vision plan for my life. Okay, do not look at the editing because it's not completely where I want it to be, but it's enough to show you so you can get started. But I want you to try to do it yourself first, right? You wrote down some things you like, dislike. You wrote down things that you would be doing, right? If money was an issue, you know now how much money you want to make. You know what kind of friends you want to have, and you know what kind of mastermind groups you need to be in, all these different things. Now that you know all of that, all right, I'm going to take you over and I'm going to show you this plan, and then I want you to try to do a rough draft of your life's vision plan. Now, mine took me several days, only because my goals are massive, okay? They are massive, right? Shoot for the moon. If you land among the stars, well, that's okay. All right, so but your goals might not be there yet. When I first did mine, it took me maybe 3 or 4 hours. Why? Because my goals were just kind of, they weren't developed to the place where they are now, okay? So that is a whole nother, arena as to where I'm headed. All right, so for you, just do the best you can, but be specific, all right, be passionate, all right, make sure that you're honest, okay? So let me get out of this training, and I'm going to take you over to my vision plan. All right, so guys, this is very personal, okay? So certain areas I may not go into. All right, but here, let's just start here because it is time. Well, I'm going to shut it down at 6 tonight. I want to go hang out with my sister and some things I want to do. But I'm here now. You got me now. All right, so we're going to do this. All right, so things, that's what I said. I'm not even going to read that because it's not edited yet. All right, so yeah. Yeah, it's free. What? All right, so prayer, I would pray, I would write, and then I gave some plans for writing. All right, I would speak and inspire other people. All right, plans to do that. All right, I would love. All right, and plans to do that for free, right? How can I, okay, let's go back. How can I, in all the things that I'm doing business-wise and all of that, how can I pray for free, right? How can I write for free? Even though I do make money off of some things I write, it's still important that, I do some things because I love it, right? So my plan for that, speaking and inspiring, different stuff like that. Love. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, I thought this was cool, what I am in a nutshell. Notice how everything is present tense, okay? I'm mom, I am a friend, I am a woman of God, I am an entrepreneur, all this different stuff I am, not I want to be. See, my old plan was like I will become or I want to be. No, you have to say it all present tense, okay? So now I'm going to go back to home, okay? And then I'm going to go, and guys, I'll show y'all later how to bookmark stuff if you don't know how, because right now I'm trying to wrap it up. But I will, inside I'll show you all kinds of stuff like this. It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal when you have a document this long. Okay, so do I want to go to my daily schedule? Let's go to life's mission. Okay, so life's mission. Okay, so to inspire, train, and lead people into right relationship with God while effecting positive change in the world around me by helping people do the necessary work for living productive, prosperous, fulfilling, and purpose-driven lives. Okay, so that's my mission statement. All right, so let me go back home. Okay. All right, and then let's see what else. One of the things I want to show you, core commitments. Oh, there's so much here. Okay, so I will do let me do core commitments. Okay, pray daily, da da da. This is how you stay on track, right? This is how you stay on track by doing this. Matter of fact, I just did this. I don't know what day it was, the other day, and then my friend did a video on being grateful. So it's in a lot. I know I'm on point because I had just wrote down that this is what I was going to start doing every night a few days before she said that. So, and I have a gratitude log. Yes, I do. All right, so that's it. You got to have some core commitment. So let me go back to my home, and then I'm going to go to, let's see, my financial. Okay, let's go there. All right, so facts and figures. Sound like I heard somebody. Let's see. You want to make sure, okay, you're dreaming all this stuff, right? You're dreaming all this stuff, and you want to make sure that all the stuff that you're dreaming, that you are writing it down. Like, this is real numbers. This is stuff, like, let's see, trying to, oh, it's not up here, but it should be. I'm looking for, like, the health insurance. Okay. All right, well, somewhere in these numbers, there's actual health insurance based on my income goal. All right. And so what happened was it took me a while to get inside of that income bracket, right? To even get access to that plan. But it was very important to me that I got it, because you can't just be thinking about, oh, I want a new car, I want a new house, I want all this stuff, and you're not thinking about health insurance, life insurance, all these other things, right, that you gotta pay for. Okay, so every time you up your income bracket, you're in a whole nother area, a whole nother level. All right, so that's another level of taxes, that's another level of insurance costs, and all this kinds of stuff. All right, so when I literally wrote it down, a lot of these a lot of the staff members here I don't have yet, but some of them, it's just like I went and I Googled how much do they make, right? So that I can find out, right? So that I'll know what my real overall ultimate goal income wise is, so that all this stuff can get done, right? It's so many people out there that have goals, but they don't know, like, how much is all that going to cost, right? If you don't map it out, you don't write it out, then it's just, it's just dreaming, it's just wishing, because you just got an idea of what you want. You don't even know how much it costs to maintain the lifestyle that you want, okay? For me, it's this lifestyle opens doors for me to focus on masterminding, right? Which is what I'm good at. Masterminding, putting together ideas, helping people with their lives, right? I don't want to deal with the hands-on day-to-day stuff of it all. I just want to help, come up and develop the ideas and make sure they get done, right? And then spend my time with people, helping them, right? Leading them in the right direction. I don't believe in doing the work for them, but leading them in the right direction as to helping them get what they want out of life. All right, so in order to do that, I had to map all that out. Action plan, how am I going to do that? All right, so one of the ways was maintaining 510 members on my website, myself personally, that I've sponsored, okay, and maintaining them, not necessarily the same 510, but making sure I have 510 every month. And the great thing about residual income is that I don't have to start over every single month, right? I might have 510, or maybe have 600, and maybe 3 people drop out, right? You can recruit 10 people, right? So, I mean, it's just like that. I mean, a lot of people will be happy with the services they're receiving. They'll stick around. Some people will move on or whatever. All right, so it's just a maintenance number. It's not something I have to go and get every month, okay? Because the membership website is it's a monthly thing. All right, so yeah, so if I do that at the premium level, that's not even counting the ones that are at the basic level. All right, so that's $50,000 a month. All right, so And then I even wrote out what value are they going to be getting for their membership fee. Okay, even though I know this and I didn't want to be lazy, right? I want to make sure that I know what my vision is for my membership website and that I could just write it out off the top of my head. Okay, so I was able to do that. All right, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to be lazy doing this. Yes, it takes time. And I was like, oh my God, am I ever going to finish it? But I didn't take any shortcuts. All right, even with mapping out, this is my income goal for this particular website. This is the value, okay, that they're going to be getting, okay? That's it. All right? Then I wrote down income maintenance, all right, and how to reach it. Okay, and then, okay, another income avenue. Another income avenue would be my affiliate website and all of that on that website to get the 50,000, even though my goal is here, okay, which is the 850, which is simple. I mean, you know, the website holds about 10,000 members, so to have 850 is awesome. Okay, so that's like, should be super, super easy. All right, once I'm launched or whatever and I'm driving traffic to it. Okay, yeah, so that's the goal, the monthly goal. All right, so then also I have this website. Let's go over there. This is going to be an affiliate website, and this is where the plan is. What I'm showing you now is really like mapping out your action plan, your income goals action plan. All right, so the affiliate website is where I need my affiliates. I need at least 2,000 affiliates referring. The basic plan at $47 per month. All right, and the referral will get 60%. All right, and T. Davis Cole's online services will receive $18 of what, that's what'll be left over. All right, every time they refer somebody, they get 60% residual income every single time that person stays a member. All right, and I get $18. That's $29 for them and $18 for me. They referred them. I want them to make it worth their time. Okay, so for me, that'll be
All right, y'all, excuse any background noise. My toddler's up moving around. But this is a very old vision plan. And so since then, a lot has changed. Do not pay attention to any calls to action because everything is at www.sitahomeprofits.com or right here on the YouTube channel that you're viewing. So now some of my income lines of income would be like YouTube or the membership site at Sit at Home Profits and other different things that has changed. But this was just an example to show you of how you need to map out exactly how you plan to reach your goals. Like you could have a specific income goal, but if you don't have a strategy on how to reach it, then it's just wishing and dreaming. So what you need to do is just think about what opportunities do you have at your disposal. If you're working, count that and how you plan to invest that into ideas and strategies to launch products and services into the marketplace to reach the streams of income that you wish. So even if you don't have all the things that you want to do to reach your income goals, you still need to map out how. So as you map out how, your brain will begin to connect the dots and begin to put into action strategies to help you reach your goals. So your mind is like a GPS system. You have to program in where you want to go, and then as you do that, things will begin to come together for you as to how to get there. So anyway, just know that this is an old plan, and this is not for you to understand my numbers and strategies, but to actually put together your own. I also wanted to add, if you're a mom watching this channel and you have children toddler through preschool, I want to invite you to my other YouTube channel, The Book of Eli Adventures. So that is The Book of Eli, ELI Adventures, so that you can get some great content for your child, educational content and different things of that nature. And I want to encourage you that if you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, it is a great way to earn some revenue, but it's also a great way to put together your ideas and to test the market to see, know if the value that you're providing is helping people. So I have several YouTube channels, but that one I love because I am educating toddlers and preschoolers, toddler through preschoolers, and it's a lot of fun. And the channel has been monetized and it's doing really well. So anyway, I wanted you to check that out. The Book of Eli Adventures really has nothing to do with the vision plan, but it's also showing you that you can venture out and do other things that are, that are inspiring you. And those can also be, revenue streams. So check that out, the Book of Eli Adventures. If you're a mom or you know someone, share it. Make sure that you subscribe, okay? Subscribe because with children's content, you can't add any type of advertising saying subscribe or anything like that. But anybody that you're watching that you enjoy, that you're learning a lot from, subscribe to their channels because that's how they actually earn revenue, is when you subscribe, and also watch the content because they get the watch hours and stuff like that. So anyway, I wanted to encourage you because YouTube is also a really good opportunity to earn income and to be inspired and to test the market with your ideas.
So eventually, of course, that's the income goal over time. And I even wrote out plans to how I can get to my income goal, okay, which is more. I wrote it out individually. All right, so I wanted to show you that. Let me go back to the home page. I know that this has been a long training, guys, but I mean, hey, if you want to overlook it, you're going to be missing out on a lot, right? You want to make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do to be clear on where you're going so that you can map out these plans and actually get your actions headed there. All right, so this is actually, see, I have this or that. Just write it out. Write it out. Then you have to go and find out how much you got to pay every person. Some of them you may have, some of them you may not have. Some you might just not, I don't know. Some people don't even have a doctor. I mean, so you got to start somewhere. All right. Then I wrote out, okay, business overhead. This is all the stuff that I need to run my business successfully. So all of that, I did that. Facts and figures, we already went through that. Hopefully you guys get a gist. It's going to be more clear in the live training that will go into all the details of what I want or what I'm doing or where I'm at. I want you to focus on what you want, and I'll probably just use a name like Sally or Sarah or somebody, and I'll come up with something. But we will go through the aspects of this because it is a lot of work. But you can see some of the titles. You can take the time, you can write them down, and you can just you don't have to do the same ones. You can just do what you need to do. Daily schedule. Click on that. Okay. That's it. You see what I mean? So, vacations. All right. So, yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. All right, but you get the point. We're going to get out of here. Escape out of here. All right, so anyway, yeah. So this has been how to develop a vision plan for your life. Okay, why it's important to be clear on what you want. All right, if you want more trainings, if you're really, really, really serious about reaching your goals, this is not for people playing games because they're not going to do this work. They're not going to want to watch videos this long. They're not going to want to write nothing down. Go over and actually map out a plan, type it out. All those figures got to go in Excel, different things for me. Doesn't necessarily have to be, you can just write it out just like that. But you'll be surprised at how much clearer you'll be, how much better you'll feel. My brain feels 1,000,000 times lighter, right? Since I got all those ideas out, and now I know, right, exactly what I'm doing. Once I'm launched, my everyday focus will be literally driving traffic, building people's lives all day, every day, right? So I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. If you want want to change your life, you have to speak directly to that victim inside of you and tell that victim to get out of there. And say, that's not me. That will never be me. I'm not a victim. I'm a powerful human being who has opportunities, who has tools, who has the ability to change my story.